You're not supposed to love your oppressor. You understand? You're supposed to love your own people, man. You're supposed to do for your own people. You understand what I'm saying? That's what every other nation does. We're the only people on the face of the earth that have been forced to love everybody. To hell with loving everybody. I only love blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's it. I ain't got no love, no forgiveness, nothing for the rest of you nation. You can kick rocks because what you've done to my people, that is the appropriate response.
I.S.U.P.K.
This is the book of John, chapter 10 and verse 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal.
The thief cometh not, but for to steal. He only comes to steal. Whenever the oppressor, wherever he's gone, look at history. Wherever he's gone on the earth, he's stolen. He stole the land. He stole Australia. You understand what I'm saying? He stole North, South, and Central America. You understand? He stole Europe. He's not the original people of Europe. He murdered the people of Europe and took Europe. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the thief. He comes only to steal. When he came to the west coast of Africa and he needed slaves, he stole them. He kidnapped them and then brought them over here and sold them for a huge profit. You understand? Read on.
And to kill and to destroy. I am not come that they might have life. Salakia, I am come that they might have life.
Read on.
And that they might have it more abundantly.
Read on.
Verse 11, I am the good shepherd.
He is the good shepherd. This is Christ. Christ is the good shepherd. There's no greater shepherd, and we don't need any other shepherd. You understand what I'm saying? That's why we're not in the Christian church. Because those shepherds are false shepherds, and they don't give a damn about us. And we're gonna expose them again, because this is not the first time, but we're gonna expose them again today for what they really are and how detrimental they are to our people. You understand? Read.
The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep.
The good shepherd gives his life. He's not about himself. He's about the sheep, where he'll give his life, which Christ did for his people, for his sheep, not for everybody, for his sheep. Read.
Verse 12, but he that is a hireling.
Read that again.
But he that is a hireling.
So the containment unit needs somebody to work it. And the containment unit hired the Christian pastor. He is the hireling, and we're going to show you exactly who he is and what he does and how he destroys our people. Read.
And not the shepherd.
He's the hireling, he's not the shepherd. Meaning the hireling, which was Christ as the greatest example, he gave his life for his sheep. But the hireling, let's see what he does. You understand? Let's see what the hireling does. Read.
Whose own the sheep are not.
He don't really care for the sheep. He don't look at the sheep as being his own, because everybody could be a Christian. Everybody. There's no particular sheep. Everybody's a sucker. Everybody could be taken by him. Not one particular pastor. You understand? Read.
Seeth the wolf coming.
The hireling, he sees the danger. He sees the wolf coming. He sees the destruction of his people coming. He sees what's going on in America. He sees what's going on in our community and how we're destroyed. And what does he do? Read.
And leaveth the sheep.
He leaveth, he turns and he leaves the sheep. You understand? He closes the churches during the COVID pandemic. You understand? And when people needed housing, when people needed food, they were still collecting tithes. You understand? They were still saying, slide the tithes under the door or through the mail slot. Right. But the people couldn't eat. Read 12 again from the top.
But he that is a hireling.
He that is hired, meaning that he takes the job for money, for financial gain. He's the hireling. Read.
And not the shepherd.
He's not the shepherd. He's not the true leader. He doesn't give a damn about the people. He cares about himself and the riches. Read.
Whose own the sheep are not.
He don't consider himself part of us. He's part of the greater society where everybody's supposed to love each other. He's part of the greater society where everybody's supposed to get along while he robs them. You understand? While he robs his own people. Read.
Seeth the wolf coming.
He sees the danger coming. What does he do?
And leaveth the sheep.
He leaves the sheep. Now, if I may, read on after this verse.
And fleeth, and the wolf catcheth them.
He fleeth, and the wolf catches him. And in this case, in this scenario, the wolf is the oppressor. You understand what I'm saying? The Christian pastor, he is the hireling that is being spoken of here in this scripture. He's the hireling. He's the one that America has hired to keep us in the containment unit. You understand what I'm saying? The Christian church is the #1 containment unit for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It keeps you away from the truth and gives you a lie. Just like that false image of Christ is a lie, everything that they teach you in that Christian church is a lie. They teach you that Christ was a white man, and the Bible clearly says in 2 different places that he was a black man. You understand? So they keep lying to you to keep you in the containment unit. Now, there's a great example that the Most High just gave us of the hireling in Brooklyn, New York. This example, I could not come out here and not speak on it because it's a great example of what the hireling does. Here is a man, I think his name was Whitehead. He was a Christian pastor in Brooklyn, New York, out in Canarsie, Brooklyn. And what he did, he got robbed. He got robbed on tape. You understand it? And he didn't say nothing. As soon as they walked in, it was funny. He jumped on the ground. He didn't care about his people. That was the excellent example. He didn't say, don't hurt my parishioners, don't hurt my people. What you need, He jumped, okay. Because he's the hireling. That's the perfect example of it, man. And then, not only that, he's the hireling, right? He has on, according to 2 different sources, from $400,000 to $1 million worth of jewelry. You understand? He rides around in a Rolls Royce. You understand? And you know, if you look at the church, we put the church up. He's working out of a storefront in Canarsie, Brooklyn, man. And he's walking around with $400,000 to $1 million worth of jewelry on. All of his clothing are designer clothing. He is the hireling. He doesn't give a damn about the sheep. All he cares about is his financial gain. And they give him the ability, you understand what I'm saying, to rob you. You understand? He robs you and they don't do nothing about it. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's the hireling. And what he does, he keeps you in the containment unit, man. That's his job. He's the hireling. He doesn't care for the sheep. That's what Christ himself said. Now, on top of that, they found out a couple of days later that he robbed a sister, man, of $90,000. He got the sister to invest $90,000 into some scheme. I don't really remember all of the details about the scheme. Yeah, it was her retirement money, man. He got her to invest $90,000. And you know what he told her when she wanted her money back? Or, you know, she wanted some dividend from her investment? He told her that he considered it, check this out, this is the hireling, he considered it a donation. A donation that he's not required to pay back. That's the hireling. That's the system that they set up called Christianity to the T. You understand? You give and you give. This is well, Canarsie is not a poor community. It's a middle-class community, mixed community. There's a lot of Benyamin or West Indians are out there. And I believe this sister was a Benyamin, a West Indian sister. You understand? And she had enough love for this brother and his church and what he supposedly had been doing that she invested $90,000 and he robbed her, man. He robbed her, and now it's coming out. But what it is, what we also see is that what you reap, what you sow, so shall ye reap. He's a thief, and he got robbed, and he got embarrassed. He tried to play it off. That's if he's not performing insurance fraud. That's always a possibility with them devils. You understand what I'm saying? They'll say they got robbed. The insurance, they'll say the jewelry's worth $400,000, but they got it insured for $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Trading places, you know what I'm saying? So, this is the hireling that has destroyed our people. Have our people in those churches believing that he is leading them or bringing them closer to God, and he is in reality, he is the trap. You understand? He is the leader of the containment unit. So what's going to happen to all of those people in those churches? They're going to go to a different church. And something's going to happen to them there. You understand? It's an endless, never-ending cycle, man, of Christianity robbing our people, man. Christianity is a bunch of lies, man. Those Christian pastors, they don't know nothing about this Bible, man. If you don't know that every book in this Bible is to, for, and about, and addressed to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, then you don't know what the Bible is about. If you don't know that, then you don't know the Bible. You need to come into the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA and learn. Let's get back to these scriptures now. That's the hireling that we're going to talk about, the Christian pastor, you understand, who is a wicked bastard to our people, man. Is there any more on that? Read.
And scattereth the sheep.
He scattereth the sheep, just like I said. What's going to happen to his flock? They're going to go somewhere else. Some of them is going to stay with him because we're foolish people in this Christian church. Even if they molest our children, man, we still try to stay with them, man. That is insane, man. That's insane. If somebody molests your children, you're supposed to do something else about it that I can't talk about. You understand what I'm saying? But he's not supposed to get away with that. He's not supposed to get away with robbing your grandmother, man, and taking a woman's life savings, man. He's not supposed to get away with that. He's supposed to have justice. He's supposed to have judgment come on him. You understand what I'm saying? And this is why we're pointing him out, because he's the epitome of what the Christian church represents. You understand? In truth, not in a lie, in truth. All they do is take money from the Pope down to the littlest storefront church. They take money and they don't give anything back to the people. And the preacher running around or driving around in expensive cars in luxurious homes, and the people, they can't even feed the people, man. Read on.
Verse 13. The hireling.
Remember that word, the hireling. He's not the shepherd. He's a guy that's in it for the money. In the I.S.U.P.K, these brothers right here, we are not hirelings. Nobody hired us but the Most High. Right. And there's no financial gain in this. You understand? But we do gain a wonderful thing called brotherhood, man. Right. We do gain the truth. You understand what I'm saying? This allows us to stand together here and tell you the truth, even though most of you don't want to hear it. Most of you don't want to hear anything that we got to say because it disturbs your day. You understand what I'm saying? It makes you not want to love your oppressor. You understand? And you're not supposed to love your oppressor. You understand? You're supposed to love your own people, man. You're supposed to do for your own people. You understand what I'm saying? That's what every other nation does. We're the only people on the face of the earth that have been forced to love everybody. To hell with loving everybody. I only love blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's it. I ain't got no love, no forgiveness, nothing for the rest of you nation. You can kick rocks because what you've done to my people, that is the appropriate response.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 33 and verse 6. But if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned.
Read it again.
But if the watchman see the sword, but if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet.
If the watchman, in this case we're talking about the leadership, he's the watchman, you understand? And the Christian pastor has been appointed as the watchman over the black community forever, since they brought us over here. Every time there's a major incident, if there's a riot, or if there's some kind of crime committed, who do they put? And when they shot those people up in Buffalo, you understand? Who did they put up there? They found every Christian pastor that they could find and put him on TV, because they want the community to perceive him as being the leader that they appointed. That's what it's talking about. If they see the danger and they don't blow the horn, or if they don't warn the people, read on.
And the people be not warned.
And the people are not warned, read on.
If the sword come.
If the sword comes, if this death and destruction, or drugs, you understand what I'm saying? Or any other kind of ideology that's harmful to God's chosen people comes, and they don't warn us against it, read on.
And take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity.
He's taken away in his iniquity. That's what happened to that Christian pastor. And he's just seeing the beginning of his iniquity. He's seeing the beginning of what he's going to reap from what he sowed, man. Just like he was robbing them people, he got robbed, you understand, on national television. And I'm just using him as an example, but this is the whole entire Christian church system. You understand? I don't care whether it's Catholicism, Baptist, I don't care what denomination it is, it's the same thing. It teaches you the same thing. It teaches you that God's law is done away with. It teaches you that Christ is a white man. It teaches you white supremacy, and that you have to love everybody. To hell with loving everybody. What good is it to love everybody? What has it done for us? What has it done for us? We allow everybody to come into our communities, and then they become the head and we become the tail in our own community. They destroyed our economic system that we set up in our community. I don't care, you name any black community in history that was doing well. You understand? Black Wall Street, Durham, North Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina, Harlem, New York City. I don't care where you go. Philadelphia, I don't care where you go. Black communities were thriving. You understand? But the whites, the so-called oppressor, decided to destroy their economics, man. You understand? Read on.
But his blood will remain, Salakia, but his blood will require at the watchman's hands.
You understand? He's responsible, man, for all the carnage that has occurred against God's chosen people, man. He's going to be held account. He's going to be brought to bear, you understand, for what he's done, for allowing this to happen to our people, and to continue to lie, to continue to be the containment unit against God's chosen people.